Hi, I'm Rachel, and I worked with Meredith at Vantage throughout the MBA admissions process. And I'll say at the top that I applied to HBS, to Stanford GSB, and to Haas. And I am very proud to say that I was actually accepted to all three schools, which was an ambitious task and a huge accomplishment that honestly I would not have achieved if I hadn't been working with Meredith throughout the entire process. I started working with Meredith when I started writing my essays, and the first essay we wrote was for Harvard, and she helped me identify what the key theme should be and how to make it a very focused theme as well. And she also helped me identify what examples I should use for the essay. I had an idea of what I wanted to use, and one of which I maybe worked on a little bit longer than its lifespan because eventually she rightfully said, hey, I don't think this example is the strongest example. Do you have something else? And pushed me to find something that was more differentiated. And as a result, I actually think I used something that made me more of a unique candidate. So I'm very thankful for that. And as she helped me find a focused theme, she also helped me become a focused writer. I don't know about you, but I probably hadn't written an essay in maybe over 4 years at that point. And she made sure that with each example and each paragraph, it was tying very clearly back to what that thesis statement or the theme is, and that the message was very easy to take away for admission. So there was no denying what I was trying to say. So I very much appreciated that. Meredith was so patient throughout the entire process and very prompt in getting back to me as well, because for my Harvard essay, I maybe had over 10 iterations until I got to that final draft, and it required a lot of work on her end and timeliness too, in order to make sure I could, keep going in order to meet that deadline. And she was very available, which I really appreciated. She probably had tons of clients that she was working with, but she honestly made me feel like I was the only one. And then after I submitted my Harvard application, she worked with me also on my GSB and Haas application as well. And for those, I actually used new themes and examples. And so it was also very helpful, her being patient and working with me throughout those other two schools. But the one thing I'll say, which is great, is that after all the time spent in getting me focused for my Harvard essay, it paid off, because with Stanford and with Haas, I had much fewer iterations, but she was still there with me throughout the entire process. And then after I was done submitting all my applications, she helped me out with my interview prep. She gave me really good and specific feedback before I went into my interview, which was very appreciated. Some of it I hadn't even heard of before, so it was also just helpful from a personal and professional standpoint as well. And she also made sure that when I was answering the questions and I was providing the examples, exactly how to highlight and focus on the key message for each example. And she knew exactly what they were, because we spent so much time together throughout the essay process. So that was very much appreciated. And in general, she was there with me throughout the entire process. When I asked a question like, hey, by the way, what should I be wearing to the interview? Or would you mind doing a once-over on my HBS post-interview reflection? She was there for me throughout all of it. And when I got the great news, she was there to celebrate with me as well, which was great. I remember at the beginning when Meredith and I were still defining kind of what the relationship might be like, and if I wanted to go forward and use her services, I asked her what her success rate was, and I remember being very impressed by it, and I am just very grateful that I'm able to be another great statistic in Meredith's roster, because she really gave it all of her time, and I know that she was just as much invested in the final decision as I was. So I really appreciated working with Meredith. Hopefully this helps you decide if you will too, and best of luck in your admissions journey. Bye.